It's time that we go ahead and lower Pop's truck. We're going for that yee stance, you know, that right there. That's what we're going for. I have went ahead and sprayed all of the U-bolts and started backing them out some just to see, and they're coming out pretty good. We may end up having to get some more U-bolts, but for right now, they look like they're gonna come on out. I'm not sure. All the shocks, the bolts have been sprayed. We did bust another freaking brake line. Of course, you know, that's just what happens. So we busted this brake line just from the vibration of trying to take this off. No problem, I'm gonna go ahead and replace that at some point while we're doing this job, or probably after. Shocks, I'm gonna see about picking up a set of shocks today. If not, I'll put those on later. But for right now, let me show you the kit that we got. So this is just an eBay kit here. C-notch. Ooh, there we go. So I'm just gonna set this thing up there on the frame, mark around the top here, like this, on the frame, cut it out, probably with the plasma. But you can do it with a cutoff wheel. Now, I hope that these are the correct perches right here. Those look to be the correct perches. Now, the way these work is when you do the flip, you're gonna have to come in from the bottom with these, and they're gonna line up exactly where they need to. So the hole's gonna go to the front, okay, like this. And then these things are gonna lock into your old perches that already sit across the top. We may use these, we may not. If they work right, we will. We don't have the front I-beams. So for anybody that watched long enough, the whole yee thing is a joke.
I'm always saying I won't change, but I ain't the same. Everything's different, I can't complain. Don't know what you missing. Shame on you. Shame on you. Everything's strange. That's just a game. Everybody throwing it away. We was getting lifted, now we getting paid. Shame on you.
Get this little vent tube out of the way, and then we're gonna take that off right there. So the only reason we're taking this brake line apart is because we want to be able to move this rear end forward or backward, or essentially take it completely out of the truck, so you can't have anything that's attached. Obviously this brake line is attached, so we want to get that out. Yeah, we'll have to re-bleed it, but it'll be all right. You hear the rooster? You hear this? He's taunting me, y'all. You say you want me to keep the rooster. I hear it in the comments. I think you should keep him. He's funny. Yeah, you get him. He does it on purpose, I'm telling you. And we got some lines up here. Remember, guys, we got to C-notch the frame up here. So all this stuff's gonna have to kind of move out of the way, but for right now, we'll just poke this up here, and that may work right there. Brake line's loose, drive shaft's loose. Biggest thing that we want to focus on now is just getting the vehicle down. So it's gonna come down a lot further than it did without the shocks, but that's fine. Roll this thing out of the way. Go ahead and get this thing down. I did take off some of the spacers. I took off one of the spacers up here, and the truck's a lot more stable now. Guys, be extremely careful if you're on a lift and you're doing things like this. It can get sketchy real quick. Sometimes it's better just to do this on the ground with jack stands and stuff. So right here is where this is gonna sit. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and look at it. This C-notch is essentially gonna go just like this. All we want here is the wheels to touch the ground. Just like that. All right, I'm gonna spare you the boredom of the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out, see if we can get this rear end loose, and I'll pick back up with you guys at the end. All right, so I got the other side off. It come right off with a fresh battery. Let's see how the truck reacts to not having a rear end attached to it. See if it tries to tip forward or... No? Look at that. So the next thing on the agenda is to swap this bolt. And the bolt may not work. If not, I'll run to the store and get a grade 8 bolt, and we'll put in this thing and round the head of it off, maybe like an Allen head or something like that, so that it'll fit back up in here. But this needs to be swapped around. And the reason why you want to do this, obviously, is so the spring doesn't separate. That bolt is what holds all these other leaves in. All right, if we got any shot of this working, here's what we're gonna have to do. This is gonna take a little bit of time, okay? I'm gonna take a wire brush, I'm gonna spray it and clean it. There we go. Actually, the threads look pretty good. We're gonna reuse this, guys. All right. So there's your pin. Now you can release this. It's not hard, guys, I promise you. So this is what we got to do. We need to take the front of the leaf springs off, roll the wheel forward, the axle forward, come up over that, or either backwards, whichever. So now that we've got the axle essentially over the top of the leaf springs, we're good to go for lifting everything back up. So what we can do is go ahead and lower the truck down. So what we want to do is go ahead and drive the wheel up into the truck. And then let's see how far off we are. Let's just get this leaf spring lifted up for now. Just get a bolt back in it. We'll do that on the other side. Then we'll go ahead and put our perches in. Then we'll lift the truck up to match the rear end. Got the truck back up in the air because I think this is going to be easier to do this way. Now, I've got it on a stand over here, as you can see. And looks like we might be all right on that side. That's how everything fits. That looks pretty good. So these are the new plates on the bottom, and essentially they're going to lock into this. They're going to allow this thing to have the correct pinion angle. So as you can see here, this needs to roll back, but it also needs to go in just a touch. Now we're good. So we're going to let down on our jack, and this thing in theory should sit like it needs to sit. We'll get our U-bolts on. We'll clamp everything down. Alright, let's get a couple of threads started here. Alright, we got our U-bolts on. Everything seems to be in place. So I have to do a little bit of kind of beating and banging just to make sure everything sits like it needs to sit. But guys, that's it, right? And then from here, we're just going to lay our C-notch up there. We'll take the wheels off so that we can get better access to it. Then we'll lay our C-notch up there and cut out around it. You basically lower the front leaf spring, roll the axle past it, roll it back on top of it, and then you should be good to go. There's not really anything else to show you here. This isn't a how-to lower or axle flip your truck necessarily, but I would like to show you guys a few tips and tricks. With that being said, I will get back to you once I get everything bolted up, get the rear end bolted up, and then we'll start attacking the C-notch. Let's come on down some more, y'all. Look at that. There you go. She's all the way down and looking good. Got Lucas in the house helping us out today. Look at that. And we're letting the truck down. Show Aubrey how low it is. Just in the back now. Look at that. There you go. Perfect. This rear end, now that we've lowered it, is going to sit right about here. So if we hit any bumps, it's going to tap this. It's going to bend stuff and break stuff. So what we're going to do This is the C-notch piece that we're gonna weld in. So there's your center line. That hole there is actually the center of where this axle should fall, right there. So what we're gonna do is line up center to center. We're gonna put this thing down here like that and literally just mark it and cut it out. When we cut the frame out down here, all of this thing's just gonna slide in, we're gonna weld it up, and she's gonna be good to go.
So I just push down with the yellow piece, or
Yeah,
put my...
put your finger behind it.
I'm waiting for the light to change. You ask me how I've been, I'm good, I can't complain. I'm better, things get strange.
Fantastic job. All right, so we got our C-notch out. From here we can start cleaning this thing up with a flapper disc or whatever. So yeah, that's it, guys. Don't think too deep into this. You just C-notching a frame and then you're gonna weld in a brace, okay? We're gonna work on this and we'll show you guys what we got in just a minute. This is it, it's welded up. I could come in up top with a weld, but I probably won't. This is gonna be fine. It's better than these 8 bolts that would normally be in here. So I'll probably plug weld this one up here in the corner as well, but outside of that, guys, that's perfectly fine. That weld penetrated real good and I don't have any worries with it. So I may come in and touch up some stuff a little later off camera, but for the most part, this is it. Our frame is now C-notched and the truck is low, it looks great. So we're gonna wrap this one up. Lucas, big thanks. So look, guys, all this stuff can be done. You don't have to know how to do it to do it. It can be done, I promise you. You need to get out there, get after it, have a little bit of faith in yourself, and learn from your mistakes. Lucas got out here and did it, and done a damn fine job. Perfect. Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, wrap this video up, and as always, thanks for watching.
Oh, that worked. It went into nothing.
That gives you an idea of what it's going to look like once we get this thing lowered down. It's going to be pretty damn tough. I like it. With that being said, let's go ahead end this video with some nice slow-mo shots of Pop's truck. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.
I'm waiting for the light to change. You ask me how I've been, I'm good, I can't complain. I'm better.